Morning, Max.
Morning, Alex.
He's just chomping at the bit to get started for this Stage 8 review, Stage 9 preview after a sprinting masterclass from Merlier this afternoon.
Yeah, for those playing at home, yes, it is game day. And unfortunately, this will drop just a tad later. I took an extra hour this morning. I hope that's okay.
Are you in the routine of do you still wake up naturally, or was this an alarm clock?
I did wake up in the early fives, but then got myself an extra hour, which was nice.
Okay.
So I reckon I'm probably 10 minutes earlier than what I normally do. So without nitpicking, I think I've and I went to bed again before the footy. Well, not before the footy, but in and around the footy. So I've had a good sleep.
Nice. Well, give you the hot tip. I'm just going through and filtering the Tim Merliers out of our competition, and there's
Yes.
a lot.
How many are we talking?
141 out
141.
of out
Okay.
of 500. Tell you what, Max Cantor has got some love after, I guess, your hype.
I mean, the only reason Max Cantor would be getting love is if you're listening to the pod, I dare say. Although, I mean, results speak for themselves. Again, intermediate sprint was looking great. Philipsen finally pegged that one back, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. What happened? Where are you?
I'm in the Finnish town.
Don't want to have a crack at what that's called?
I was going to have a crack, and it just blanked me what it's called. Bergerac. Bergerac's not how you say it, but that's how the Americans and the Brits and the Aussies have been saying it.
And are you in around all the riders? Are the riders still staying in that town? Or they get on a bus straight away?
I think they've moved on. Okay. It's a day-to-day move on. Like I've been doing a little bit more. Obviously, commute a bit further without the physical detriment, but it goes underrated how much travel these guys have every day on the team bus.
Have you had a favorite
hour and a half?
Have you had a favorite hotel yet?
Yeah, I stayed at a mate's place. It was pretty nice.
That was the best one.
I have, because I hate to break it to you, Max, but I haven't been blowing the budget on swanky hotels.
Okay. It'll be a different trip when I'm there.
But I think, I don't know, there was a period throughout the back end of this week where I was thinking of just staying in Monaco at Plappy's place. But I think given the way the tour's going, we may as well just keep on going on.
I mean, our early talks was you would do the sort of first week and then you might go, then come back around Paris. And yeah, I'm thinking you're staying. You're getting some great interviews at the start lines.
I think and we're starting to get into a bit of a flow with the interviews. Relationships with the media managers are starting to build. Access is improving a little bit. I mean,
do they know who you are? They go, oh, that's that Stanley guy.
No, they've got no idea. And you say to especially the European Stanley Street Social, and they're like, huh?
But our urge to get onto Thor Hushovd has finally paid dividends.
Yes, I got Thor. I was extreme. I got off the back of the interview though, and I didn't ask him about concussion. I was like, because that's the other thing that went well on social last night was the concussion thoughts.
You actually asked me for a checklist to talk to Uno X, and I said, yep, Uno X must talk to Uno X, Abrahamson, Johannesson, or Hushovd. Mm-hmm. And you get there and you go, which question should I ask? And I sent through 3 and none of them got asked.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you froze or you just you just had your own agenda.
See, you can ask the media manager for a rider. So it's like, okay, ask him for a rider and they'll try to get you the rider. Then you get a bit of a lead time. You're like, okay, I've got Abrahamson's coming down. There's probably with me, 50-50 chance he's going to talk. Most of the time, just ride straight past. With Thor, he was just walking down the thing, and I was like, just yelling at him like Thor. So it was completely on the fly. And I think the interview questions showed that. But we got Thor.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted some questions around the girlfriend for Torsten Train. How's that going? Did he get a chance to hold the gun from the cop? And breakaways. I mean, you got the breakaway one done. But I wanted Norwegian culture and ergos, and tell me about the ergos. Tell me about the indoor ergos smacking.
No, we need Thor on the podcast.
Yeah, did you ask him if he wants to catch up?
I didn't ask him if he wanted to. He gave me the see, if you actually watch the social clip to the end, it's like he answers 2 or 3 questions, and then he gives you the touch on the arm, being like, all right, buddy, that's enough.
My boy Bauhaus, tipped him for the podium. I mean, if I had watched that video, I would never have ever tipped him for the podium. He seems relatively happy with top 10s.
Did you? I actually haven't rewatched the tape to track Bauhaus.
He's finished in with the sprinters, but it's hard to find where he is. Do you know one of my bugbearers is FDJ, Sadal, and Bahrain are so close in the sprints in terms of jerseys. It's hard to pick him out.
Yeah, I mean, credit. That's what's so good about what MAP have done with the Jayco jersey. But even still, you get the more traditional kits, like the Cofidis stands out.
Yeah.
You put, obviously Quickstep does because Merlier's winning, but you put Sudal's blue-based, Decathlon's blue-based, Alpecin's blue-based, Groupama FDJ, Bahrain you can throw into that mix. There's a lot of kits that blend in.
I'm trying to look now. Oh, I don't even know which one theirs is. Is that him there? I don't know.
You're looking for Bauhaus?
Yeah, he could be maybe 20th.
He's 17th in the result sheet.
Yeah, but in terms of when they go around the last corner, I've got a bird's eye view. That's Merlier, that one. I mean, this is horrible commentary, but he could be one of them. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, he will get a top 3. Oh, I don't know now because the sprints are starting to become a bit more predictable, but I wouldn't have tipped him after listening to him in your pre-match.
The final 2 corners, Max.
Yes.
It went from like a 2-lane road into a right-hander, a downhill right-hander, which gave you the 1K to go banner.
Yep.
Narrow road into one more right-hander and then into the finish. So it was a technical finale. And on top of that, there was a lot of road furniture just coming into the finish.
It was. There was 2 clear winning domestiques of the day with Mathieu van der Poel and Mark Teunissen.
Mm-hmm.
They were the strong ones, and they put their guys in terrific spots around those bends. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Kwiatkowski actually led around the bend. Just unfortunately didn't have Dorian anywhere near him. But Ineos have been known to be very good at lead-outs, but unfortunately never bringing Sam Walsford to the race means they don't actually have a chance to win the race.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think corners, safe corners, not in cities and built-up towns are great for sprint finishes because it really promotes a really tight, good lead-out.
Yeah. And we saw that in the results from a safety perspective, no crashes.
No crashes. I mean, there was a group of 6 that seemed to get away, so it was actually quite spaced out. And if you go back and watch the sprint, it is very spaced out. Like Varenscold and Milan Fretten and Turgi and these guys are like almost the B sprinters. They're gapped. And I'd almost put them on a time. You don't because you've got to give them, I think it's a 3-second gap to get them on a time.
I think in those sprints, though, when there's a technical finish, the difference between you grabbing a tiny bit of break and the difference between you soft pedaling, the difference between you taking the apex through those last 2 corners is 5 to 10 meters.
So what we saw after Teunissen sort of marshaled, we were speaking off air before, and you said Teunissen's last 2 kilometers was out of this world, and it was. Underrated sprinter, Tour de France stage winner. I'm pretty sure it was the Tour de France that he did that when he won that.
Yellow jersey winner. He won the opening stage of the Tour de France.
Is that when he was at Visma?
He was a Visma guy, yep.
Yeah. He controlled until MVDP went. And MVDP has said a couple of times, I've been reading a few things, that he's not in the legs that he thought he would be in at this time. He said, that's okay. My time's coming. Hopefully my legs come. So he's owning up to not having the legs, but I think he does better than yesterday. He takes Philipsen to a point. The only issue is when Philipsen decides to go. MVDP doesn't have eyes in the back of his head. Unfortunately, Olav Koy and Merlier have gone before him. Olav Koy then sort of boxes him in and he can't get out on his right side. And then Merlier's already gone past him, so he can't get out on his left side. And Philipsen ends up boxed in / also didn't have the kick, would you say?
He didn't. He went, and I mean, yeah, he had guys there, but it was like those guys with that like top caliber sprinter, when they're hungry and they've got momentum and they're winning, they find their way through that gaps. And even if Van der Poel did have eyes in the back of his head, he wouldn't have seen Merlier coming because he was so far off the front group with 200 meters to go.
I've got a still shot of 300 right now. And if you told me Tim Merlier won, yeah, I'd be dumbfounded. It's phenomenal. He's been gapped. He's behind Milan Fretin, and Pascal Ackermann and Binny Girmay are in the group that he's in right now. And if you have a look where the rest of them finished, Pascal Ackermann 7th, Milan Fretin 10th, and Binny obviously followed him in for 2nd. So it's a phenomenal ride from Tim Merlier. He's been gapped. He finds a bit. He goes, and potentially maybe Olive Koy and Philipsen weren't in the best spot. Well, is it not good to be 2nd and 3rd wheel now? Is it better to be 5th wheel, 7th wheel?
Nah, I think it's just better to be Merlier. Like Cantor had the perfect lead out from Tunison. Philipsen had the perfect lead out from Van der Poel. Koy was on the reel. Rick Plumers was putting himself in the mix, which is important for Tudor. I think like a pretty quiet Tour de France so far. So good to see Rick up there. And you mentioned before FGJ are in the mix as well with Clement Rousseau there. So, but Merlier just comes from so far back, and just carries so much momentum and can sprint for so long. It's something else.
I've got the exact still frame. I mean, this is an amazing still frame I'm looking at right now. MVDP is about to go, literally by like that much. He's about to give up. Merlier is behind Philipsen, but Koy is on Philipsen's shoulder on his right-hand side, and that's the side that Philipsen decides to go. So Koy sort of cooks him a tiny bit, and then when Merlier goes, Girmay's following, they actually cut off Max Cantor. So Max Cantor, that's where he loses the race. Binny Girmay and Merlier come across his front wheel. He's got nowhere to go. He ends up coming 9th, pulls up stumps. So Philipsen and Olive Koy both hit the front at some point in this final sprint, but Merlier got him. And so did Binny.
Yeah, just to carry that, like he obviously had the momentum, but getting up to that speed and then working through the group, the still that everyone will be looking at once you open Twitter, there is a genuine gap between the front group and the second group, which he's got no lead out man to fix. It's not like if Stuyven was in front of him at that point, okay, there's a chance. But the fact that he's bridged that gap by himself, come through the group, and then still being able to jump on top of Cantor and Philipsen. Cantor especially is in good nick. Philipsen, world-class sprinter, to bag the stage as something else.
Takeaways from this is Merlier will win the next sprint stage as well. Binny,
no matter where he starts.
There's something coming for Binny. I agree with you. You were on him about 3 stages ago. There's something good going on with Binny at the moment.
And which we could see tomorrow.
Olive Koy seems one and done for mine. He might surprise me, but he seems one and done. And then the Jasper story, just for anyone that's watched a bit of vision of him getting to the team bus after the race, apparently there was a lot going on inside the team bus, a lot of noise, and then a helmet came flying out the door. His bike almost ended up in the river. He's angry. Is he angry at his legs, or is he angry at Alpecin?
I think he's angry at his legs. Yesterday could have been a bit angry at Alpecin. The lead out was there. It just ended too early. Today it wasn't. It was exceptional. I mean, maybe they dropped him off and without like that top speed, but maybe they could have held the fence, which would have opened up the gaps. We couldn't get boxed in, but these are like tiny, tiny issues.
Do you reckon there's a world who surfs the wheels next time?
Well, we just take Van der Poel out of it, and just Van der Poel's role is to get him to a point where he's on Merlier's wheel.
Well, is there anything more like a dagger to the ego than Merlier doing it with no lead out and MBD and Philipsen having the best lead out in the race?
Yeah. Did you hear Ruud Hoof, the team boss, talking after the stage?
That's a made up name.
No, his name's the Ruud Hoof brothers.
The Ruud Hoof brothers. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Am I pronouncing it right? I don't know, but you get the gist.
Yep.
the two founders of Alpecin, and he was just talking about he said it pretty bluntly. It was like the lead out was really good. Philipsen didn't have legs.
Maybe they're missing Caden Groves. One more person in that lead out that can take him to 100.
Or he just doesn't have the condition.
I mean, if he gets taken to 100, he's got the condition, doesn't he?
Yeah. Maybe he needs an Astana lead out. Any of these Tudorson, Gate, Ballerini. That's what he's missing.
Maybe he can get a lead out 3 riders for $1 million rather than 1 rider for $1 million. Sorry, $1 million. I can't believe I just said MVP's on $1 million. Sorry.
Yeah. I think every team would be signing him.
And then, I mean, this is what I'm on with my brand Philipsen. It's aging quite well. When he won, he won the intermediate sprint. He didn't. He was behind 3 breakaway riders. But when he got the 14 points in the intermediate sprint, I'm like, okay. And he did it by surfing the wheels. So maybe surfing wheels is the way to go. He did the Merlier at the intermediate sprint. He come from 5th or 6th.
And he didn't have help.
Evenepoel finished in the points. So I dare say MVP was there for a tiny bit, but...
But it wasn't like it wasn't a lead out.
No, it wasn't the Astana intermediate sprint lead out. That's annoying me with Max Cantor. I'm his number 1 fan, but that's twice he's had the best lead out and then waited for the person on his wheel to kick first. Twice in one day. And then he's done that also yesterday as well, waited for the person to go first.
Merlier just puts himself really in the green jersey.
Yeah.
15 points behind Mads now.
And the fact that he's surfing wheels and not even getting out of his saddle at intermediates is so funny.
It's just so good.
It's so funny.
Just in the seat. I'm just doing a strength effort, boys, while you guys go full gas. And Max, you right with your 3-man lead out for the intermediate.
And Mads is going to go in the next 3 breakaways, absolutely cook himself, and then Merlier will take 75 on the next sprint.
I really enjoyed the intermediate from Merlier.
Yeah,
it was a real alpha dog move.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about the breakaway a little bit, Slock?
Yeah, Slock. Maybe he has more legs than Weishofer. That was pretty impressive. And Akubra or the Kaja Rural rider who managed to get in there back-to-back days. And finally, Total Energies have stuck someone in the break. I let the first one go. I let it go because it was the first rostered on sprint stage. Alpecin and Sedal were already at the front, muscling their way. I'm not going to let the second one go. We're at stage 8 of the Tour de France. And so far, can you quickly... hold on, I didn't look at this before I got there. How many teams have won a stage? Visma, UAE, Trek, Decathlon, Sedal. So we're at 5. 5 teams have won a stage of the Tour de France. No one outside of Merlier is going to win a sprint stage. Maybe Oleb Koy, Binny Gamay, Philipsen can pop him, or Max Cantor. It's probably Astana's best chance is still Max Cantor. There is 11 to 12 teams that in the last sprint stage, which I don't know when is that stage 17 or 18, taking out the Paris stage, one of those stages, they're probably going to have a 20-man break on that day. And it's going to be the hardest thing to control. Why are they not doing it today? Why do they go, we'll wait till later on. Maybe our best chance is Phil Bauhaus, or maybe our best chance is Anthony Turgey. Like, just letting the 3-man break go. And then you see Liam Slock get caught on the banner. It's like, I know they made it hard. Casper Asgreen tried to go. But it's hard to get into break on a mountain stage. Sometimes it takes an hour. Like, why can't it take an hour on a sprint stage? If Arbor Hansen or Casper Asgreen is there with Liam Slock, the break win.
So, they don't. Because it'd be different. They'd be very different. You saw when Asgreen went how attentive Lotto was.
I know, but it was 1. I get it. There was a few climbs. I think the start was up a real gradual sort of climb.
So you're saying that you want to see more Total Energies in the move?
Or a break fight. A break fight. If you eventually half an hour in. Yeah, half an hour in, they go, we've tried, and Alpecin are blocking, we tried. But I guarantee you in the last sprint stage, the break fight will be incredible.
I was about to say Picnic Post should have been in that move, but Bittner helped himself to 5th.
Bittner's a better sprinter than Turgey, so I'm glad that Total Energy finally got themselves into the break. FDJ, I mean, Russo was there, but like FDJ really going to win something in the mountains with Gregoire? Gregoire's almost passed out. He's almost done. He's almost tapping out.
You also you're not seeing any support from Clement Russo either. So it's not like, we were saving the boys to do the peel into the last 3 kilometers.
Yeah. Like Lotto are sending guys up the road and competing with the sprint with Hubbard. Like Lotto are winning. They've got Van Adveld as a chance to win a stage, yes, when the mountains come, but the flat, they're not just waiting for Hubbard to come 7th.
Yeah. Q365.
Yeah. I mean, they don't even have a sprinter, do they? I haven't, from memory.
No.
Where are we?
They got Fred Wright.
I mean, he's the guy that should be in the breaks. Zanjo Maurice, Quinton Hermans. Oh, imagine Quinton Hermans in that break.
Tudor.
I mean,
again, like I know they had
a sprinter today. Yep.
They have Rick, but like, does it hurt to have a guy up the road?
No, and I get it was hard today. It would have been hard. Casper Asgreen tried once and was marked, but he tried once.
I think the message that everyone's sending is that it's been so hot, they've been racing so hard, that the idea that you could have an easier day at the Tour de France.
How does that age at the end of the Tour de France when EF haven't won a stage?
Yeah, it doesn't age well at all, but it gives you a day just to reset a little bit before, I guess, a big second week.
And then there's commentary. MVDP got asked, Benny Gamay got asked, what are your thoughts on the boring sprint stages? Like, that's getting pushed from the narrative from people in podcasting world, in media world. They're pushing this narrative that it's a boring stage. It's not good for the Tour de France. Doesn't have to be boring.
Yeah, I said that wasn't boring.
No, also sprint stages are almost more entertaining than watching Pog ride 50K solo.
Arguably, the Tourmalet was boring.
Like Abrahamson tried again. I get it. I mean, X and EF are trying.
Yeah.
and Fred Wright did try once. He went after the KOM at one point. And I didn't like it. Another thing that came across my desk, Alpecin told Lotto off for making it hard.
I mean, I'm telling you, there's something going on at Alpecin. The whole team just stinks a little bit at the moment.
This is so bad from Lotto. This is a day for Jasper Philipsen. Lotto don't give a shit, mate.
Yeah. Also, how'd that play out for you?
Maybe they should put someone in the break.
Yeah. I mean, NSN and Alpecin were chasing as well from the get-go. So they were committed to the chase, and we had to get to a point where to bring back slot, we needed even Decathlon were putting blokes on the front. Richard Tello did a turn.
George Bennett was doing turns.
George Bennett was doing a lot of work.
I understand the narrative, and I completely sort of semi-agree with the people that will say it'll just be too hard to get in a break. Pippo Garner and Jonas Abrahamson and Casper Asgreen can't just roll for the front in those stages. I get that. But at least try. So
Sadala winning in a big way on the Battle of Belgies.
Yeah, if I'm a sponsor, today I'm happy if I'm Lotto. I'm very happy if I'm Sadal. I'm pretty happy if I'm Astana again. I'm pretty happy if I'm Kaja Rural. Total Energy Rider was a bit disgruntled and got dropped a bit early for mine. Didn't really like his role on the break. Not sure if Total Energy would love the fact that they were the sooks in the break.
I think you're okay if you're Decathlon. You know, they're putting their hat in their ring in stages where they're just not really there for.
Yep. I think I'm pretty happy with NSN. They were a bit more present at the front of the...
Should I have a look at tomorrow? Or do you want to... Have you got a couple of quotes there for us you want to run us through?
The Patrick Lefevere. I just want to read you a quote from Patrick, who is the boss of Sadal Quickstep for those playing at home.
This was out of his Hetblad weekly article, which always brings up some good content.
Yeah, so this is after he's just won back-to-back stages of the best sprinter in the world. He then, for those that are picking up this podcast and don't know too much, Remco was at Sedal Quickstep last year and left. Lefevere, I've worked with Remco for 7 years, so believe me, he's the quintessential alpha male. Me, myself, me. Shared leadership? ? Not in his head. If that sounds harsh, show me a captain, a real captain who isn't like that.
Me, myself, me. Is that what it says? Is that a Flemish English translation?
I think the quote's me, myself, I, but for some reason Lefevere thinks it's me, myself, me, which I don't mind. Maybe that's our new way of saying it. Maybe that's the headline. That's the headline of this podcast episode.
That's the new line of merch.
Me, myself, me.
Talking about.
I'm not sure if I should go read the article as a true journo should. If he got asked the question or if he just got onto a Remco rant. But what is the tour without a Patrick Lefevere sort of comment?
Yeah. But I know, like, you don't disagree with it, right?
Oh, I'm just such a rusted on Remco fan that I see the best in him.
No, I like that he's a savage. I like that he's.
I also think Florian must have gone against team rules.
I don't think he did. I just don't think there was any. There was no team rules. I reckon there's no team rules. They don't know what they're doing.
Our boy Zach had to get on the front foot. He got interviewed at the bus.
Yeah. He was good.
He was all right. He was good. He was slightly better than the gun-to-head boys on the bus in football culture.
Like what can, I guess the question is, what can Zach do from here? Because what you hear is that, like, Florian is more or less, he doesn't talk much, he doesn't say much, he just does his thing. He's arguably better than Remco in the high mountains.
This is what people were trying to talk to me today about. I remember I was talking to Jake Lever and Ed Langdon at lunch. They're like, "Oh, Florian's such a nice guy. Oh, get off it. Remco's a jet. Remco deserves a leader. Florian didn't do it."
What? So Florian was just going to rip the last kilometre so he could get rolled by Del Toro, who'd been sitting on all day and is winning bunch kicks in the Middle East because he's that quick.
I don't like the narrative that Florian's this nice, beautiful person inside this war.
I'm not commenting on how nice he is. I'm just saying he's very quiet and reserved, and Remco is an alpha dog.
Maybe you should start talking Florian, and that might help him.
Well, maybe that's their problem. There's no communication.
I dare say that is their problem.
Any other quotes you got for us?
What are your thoughts on Jess Gawn mocking the
entries?
Mocking the entries with a tip of Cadel Evans?
Yeah, I know. Got a lot of likes.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of her undermining the competition, though.
I know. Are you going to bring that up at the dinner table tonight?
Obviously, she doesn't want a pair of Tour de France Oakley edition sunglasses. Oakley, I said that wrong. Oakley Tour de France edition. Hey, are we doing the thing you teased yesterday? Add a voice note.
Yes, I set that up today while I was sweating bullets at the finish line. Listener,
sorry, mate. Are you struggling over there in the middle of France in Europe watching the best cycling race in the world?
A listener actually tipped me off to this. So I've got a URL now for you can submit a voice note. So we're not doing talkback radio where you can call up live, but you can submit a voice note and we'll roll them out on the rest day. So we want your comments, we want your thoughts.
Yeah, what do we want?
Feelings. Just anything. It could be a question. It could be a statement.
Okay.
It could be, tell us about your Tour de France. Talk about the show.
Yep.
Lots of long-time listeners, first-time callers, hopefully. And I'll put that link in the bio. So if you go to this podcast and look at the description, there'll be a link to our speakpipe.com/Stanley Street Social, and you can submit a voice note.
Understood.
What do you want to hear?
Yeah. I mean, even like you today saying who would you want to go get at the start line? I don't want to get your Poggi and your Jonas and your MBDP. I want the boys that we're on.
That's also good because we can't.
Yeah, so I'm on Alex Kirsch leading out Cofidus 5K early. Like I want that sort of chat. So get involved on our unique niche riders. And then if we find one that's good, like Marco Frigo or Max Cantor, we ride hard.
Yeah. Oh, Frigo's a very good friend of the show now. He's in your comments. Hugh Bartz is a follower. He's liking posts.
Yep.
It's one of the boys.
Now been followed by a couple of cyclists in recent days. One that's not at the race.
Name drop.
Who's the well, this isn't good. The Alpecin mountain biker. Sam Gates.
Sam Gates, yeah. Sam Gates.
Hey Sam, thanks for the follow.
He's he raced last night in Andorra. It was mountain bike racing. Yep.
Aren't you just across everything at the moment?
No, he put in our comments.
Oh, okay.
I think it was when you were potting mountain bike at some point.
I never potted. I put them in my top 5. It's not my fault. There's only 5 cycling disciplines.
I think he was all
they
about
were in my top 5.
MTB. Yep. Anyone else has slid in any DMs?
DMs, not mine personally, but the Stanley Street Social are getting a bit of noise from the cycling community, which is nice.
It's good. Should we give away a Tour de France edition of Oakley sunglasses?
Yeah, we should. They get to choose which one within your conversation with them in their DMs, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, how many we got?
142 people.
142 people.
Yeah. I'm one of them too. What happens there?
I'm one of them.
Okay. What are we doing there?
These aren't the Tour de France edition, and I've still got the tag on, actually. I probably should take that tag off at some point. That's probably not great for... Anyway. I'm going to go number 88.
88. Lockie EE_9.
Well done, Lockie.
Congrats, Lock.
Pair of Oakleys. You know what? I'm feeling generous.
Yeah, we can't give away 2 pairs of Oakleys today. We're gonna run.
I can chuck a bag of Hyro in though, can't I?
You can do it. You can do. Well, let me just write this down. Oakley. Yeah.
Yeah, I can chuck a bag of Hyro in. Hold on, let me get the Hyro on the shot. A little mixed bag of electrolytes. My good friends at Hyro. We're in the hoodie as well. Let's go.
Have you had Hyro this morning?
No, not yet. About to. Let's go. Number 47.
Rory_O'Shea.
There you go. Bag of Hyro, Rory.
Yeah, Raw.
Alex, you can fix out the logistics for us there. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I've actually got a bit of competition admin to do on the Monday.
Yeah, I'm happy on the rest day to go to the post office and send out what's at my house. The Hyros and the Oakleys are at my house.
Yeah. So
did you, just before we get into the next stage, did you see Victor Campanarts does a daily vlog, and they're very entertaining. Yeah. They're quite
very good. Top quality.
Yeah, Victor Campanarts is winning the social media game at the moment. Oh, the Vastrov is up there as well. And he had Matteo Jorgensen, who I'm presuming they're good friends, and weirdly on day 7, so it's like it was only ready on stage 7. Like I wasn't ready on stage 6 to go live with this. But his brother, long story short, got... he got sacked by Donald Trump was the quote on the was the quote.
Yeah.
I don't know if Donald Trump sacked him per se. I think he just lost his job due to political issues. But and in the last year has decided to start an app called Radial, 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 and they're trying to do a new sort of pro cycling stats tour tracker type app where you can follow live cycling. His brother in America has struggled to follow Martio's stuff in Europe, so he's decided to create an app that's easier to follow. And I used it last night, and it is easier to follow. It's a nice app.
Better than Pro Cycling Stats?
Better than Pro Cycling Stats. Similar to Tour Tracker. Tour Tracker is another one that I use, which is quite nice. But this one's going to have every race, where Tour Tracker only has the big sort of 10.
Yeah, and I think that's where it really gets tested, right?
Yeah.
Pro Cycling Stats, the breadth is ridiculous.
There's a Chinese race on today, and this is the information it's giving me. Stage 2 starts at 11:20 UTC time. I'm pretty sure I can put that on Australian time at some point. Shows me where it is in China, shows me the parcours, shows me the riders. And it gives me live feedback. I mean, I've got no quid in this, no stake, but it's a nice app.
That's not one of your follows.
No, but hopefully Jorgensen or Jorgensen. There's a soft J. It's a soft J.
It's a Jorgensen, I think.
Yeah, but he's American, so I feel like the J should get pronounced.
I'll ask him tomorrow.
Okay. See if you can get him on tomorrow and ask him about the app. Say, I want to ask about, what's it called? Radial. And see if he pops on over.
True. Might get a bit of free press for the family.
Correct. Stage 9. Funny, after this chat about trying to get people on the break, we're probably going to see 40 try and get in this one.
and to spend the first 2 hours of the day trying to get in the breakaway just for someone to control and bring the break back.
Or just to realise that Mads Pedersen's in the break with Quinn Simmons and Vacek, and you go, that's pointless.
Yeah. They've just formed a Trek peloton. It's a subgroup off the front of the bunch.
Shorten, just with the heat. So why? Yes. So they've been asking, the rider fraternity's been asking, or so is tomorrow hotter than any other day?
No.
So they've all been hot.
Today
but
was
then finally
hot.
They get to a stage that doesn't matter as much. It's a transition stage. It's a medium mountain stage. It's a break stage. Sprinters won't be angry. Pog won't be angry. This is the one they shorten. It's like they're waiting for this one.
Yeah. They're like, I guess it's, I don't know, in the rider's best interest, in the rider's safety, but yeah. Is 30 kilometers going to make that much of a difference? I just think it's the time of day that's the issue.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So 30 kilometers shorter.
Which gets it to what? 150, is it?
150, which I'm all for. Like I think that 150 mark is the money in terms of it's 3 to 4 hours of racing.
Yep.
No.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4 categories. The intermediate sprint is in the first 20K, which is actually, I like that for breakaways, because then
it's uphill too.
Yeah, I think everyone goes in the, like Binny and Philipsen and Cantor are either in the break or Pedersen's in the break alone, and those 3 teams are going full gas on the front to bring it back. It's a cool start to a stage.
I'm not sure that this is where we're going to see Cantor in the break.
Yeah, I tell you who won't be. Merlier.
Yeah. And Merlier just be smoking cigars at the back going, you beauty, 2 in a row, how good.
Comes in second in the green. Binny Gamay sprinted every single intermediate and sprint.
He's the king of Belgium. So we've got, Cat 3s, Cat 2s, Cat 3, Cat 4. And a little bit of a ramp to the finale.
The polka dot can change hands. How many points at a Cat 2? Is that 10? I'm pretty sure it's 10.
I sorry. No idea.
And you should, to be fair, but I'll let this slide. I'm pretty sure someone can get themselves into polka dot outside of Pogie.
Can you run me through off the top of your head from Horse Cat to Cat 4? How many points?
Well, I think Cat 2 is 10, Cat 3 is 5, and Cat 4 is 2.
Yeah, well, there was 2 today, so that's for the Cat 4.
And then Horse reeks at maybe like a 20 or a 40, or if it's the finish one, it's a 50. I don't know. Who knows? Polka dot's one of the hardest things to follow. Sprints is now easier. Polka dots is hard. In terms of who's going to get in this break, who should be getting in this break? So Trek will be in there with most likely Pedersen, Vacek, and Simmons. They'll all be in there at some point. A Trek breakaway, like you said. I think UAE will send people, and I think it's Wallens and McNulty.
Wellens to potentially win?
Yeah, and or Brandon, to be fair as well. I think UAE could win this stage, and it'll be hilarious. I think Visma will get in there as well. They've been getting in breaks, and I think they realise that Vingegaard's not winning, so maybe Jorgensen might get in the break. It's something that suits him. Van der Poel, I'm just going through the names that should be in this break. MBDP probably should be in it. Mm-hmm. Maybe take his mate Philipsen. You spoke to Ben Healy before the stage the other day. Ben Healy's been waiting for parkour like this. He's an hour back in time, literally been chilling at the back. This is where we start to see Ben Healy's Tour de France starts. Luke Platt.
Well, you could also send that entire EF team if you really wanted to.
Yeah, sorry. EF.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like so EF, Movistar, and Trek.
Carapaz now. Is it hard enough for Carapaz?
Carapaz can get in.
Maybe not.
EF, Movistar, and Trek will be in this break. Decathlon have shown that they like to send people in breaks. They had Prodholm do a random one. I think this is Tej Benu. I think this is very Tej Benu. So he could definitely get in. Ineos, they got to be in there with someone. I'm hoping it's Pippo, but it's probably Kevin. It could be both.
Fossey.
Yep. Jayco with Schmidt. And
if we're talking that Mads is in the move, Dorian's in the move.
Dorian be good in the move as well. And then the more interesting ones, I think Pidcock should be in there.
Yes.
This is Pidcock-esque. Marco Frigo, my boy from NSM, he'll be in there. So if they all get in, all these guys that I've said get in.
Everyone could be in there, and your boy Frigo will be in there.
Yeah, it could be an all-time stage.
Jayco? Everyone?
Yeah, Plappy and Schmid should be in there. Engelhardt should be in there.
Bling,
yeah. If Bling's in there, it sort of ruins the rest of them, to be fair. But
yeah.
You know, the way Jayco ride, they don't ride the way Trek ride, where they send Vacek and Simmons to Mark Breakson up there. They'll actually ride on the front and burn Plapp and Schmid for Bling.
Yeah.
I'd like a Movistar ride on the win. I just don't think it's happening. And I can't. The reason why I'll never tip them is I just don't know which one they will actually win. It reeks of Romo, but I'm going to go UAE. I just think the rich get richer in races like this, and I'm going to go McNulty.
I'm going to go Binny.
From the break or from the group?
I'm not really sure.
You just reckon if NSN get in there with Frigo, they'll chase for Binny?
Frigo and Binny get in the move.
Yeah.
Then there's a chance.
I just don't think they're climbing as good as what Pedersen is, and that the Category 2 climb that's in there.
Yeah, but what if it comes back to a group and he's quicker than Pedersen?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. Is he quicker? Is he quicker than Pedersen after a day in the breakaway with 3,000 meters climbing?
Realistically, Pedersen's going to win.
Well, no, they've got to mark every move. I think Plappy and McNulty can get away.
2's up, and Plappy beats him in a bunch kick.
Yeah, if they get away in a group of 4 or 5, and one Trek rider sits on, so Quinn Simmons sits on, but they've got 4 guys doing turns, they can stay away. Or like Quinn Simmons, the issue with Trek is they all are quick. Simmons and Vacek can win sprints as well.
The difference is that there's going to be no support. So last time they had support with EF going for the jersey, there was guys trying to keep GC. This time it's just they're racing for the stage win. Everyone's given up on any hope of GC.
And if UAE are in the break, this is also someone can get back up to GC. This is a Ben O'Connor type day. I'd be putting Tobias Johannesson in the move. Let me just see who else is around that mark. Apologies. Second half. So who's down? Johannesson's 9 minutes. Van Wilder 9 minutes. Pidcock 9 minutes. Leonard Van Altfeld 11 minutes. Jordan Jagat 11 minutes. Tudor with Voisard 12 minutes. These guys should get in the break and try and get 7 minutes back.
Set themselves up for some GC.
Trek should put Skalmoiser in there as well.
Where's Vacek?
Vacek is 7 minutes 10. He can get himself actually back in yellow, potentially, tonight. Back in yellow. He never got in yellow, but back in white. But he can put himself in the yellow.
Yeah.
Vacek could get himself in the yellow jersey tonight.
And win the stage.
You're going Vacek.
I've given about 4 tips.
Yeah, I like McNulty. I like Romo. I like Plapp. I like those guys. Those 3 guys I just named are the exact same rider.
Can you imagine if the podcast wins the Tour de France stage?
Yeah, I like Plapp tomorrow. We need to get him to see how he's feeling. He's been the way he talks to Dylan Van Baal. I'm not sure if he's just trying to throw everyone off the sniff, but he sounded like he was done with the Tour de France. Hope that's not the case.
No, I think he's been pretty casual. He's been pretty comfortable getting through a couple of sprint days. The good thing is I feel like he handles the heat pretty well.
Yep.
He wouldn't have suffered too much the last week outside the obvious.
All right, go D's.
Who have you got this afternoon?
You are such a prick.
I've been something.
You are such a prick.
I can't. I haven't been watching football. I haven't even been watching.
Everyone here. Let's say we have 1 million listeners, which we don't, but let's say we have 1 million listeners. 999,000 of them are in Melbourne. We have no sympathy for you, who's working hard over there at the Tour de France. Okay.
Anyway, just who you got this afternoon?
We are playing Richmond Tigers at the MCG, 3:15. So you actually, if you get to sleep now, you might be able to wake up and watch it.
Okay, easy, good.
You're not staying up for Switzerland, Argentina, are you?
No.
Nah, don't be silly.
I've got a bit of a drive in the morning to the start.
Oh no, sorry, not a drive.
Like, again, not a complaint, just to state the facts of my day tomorrow. I think I asked Claude before just to map out a start-focused week 2 of the Tour de France.
Yep. You're going to take your German flag to the start line and chant Florian Lipowitz?
Yeah. No.
Okay. We've taken sides in this podcast in the great fight of Red Bull. I'm taking Remco. You're taking Florian.
But do you like Remco as a rider, or do you think he's better?
I think he's a better rider than Florian Lipowitz. I can't wait to see these horse category climbs that Florian's supposed to absolutely drop him. He had a chance in the Tourmalet and got 6 seconds on him. He got 6 seconds on him.
That was one climb mid-stage.
Remco, when it's a 250k stage, gets better. Give me 6 climbs, we're back to Remco.
No. Long mountain days.
Go down there with your saxophone, your German flag, and start chanting Florian.
But I'll give you, if Red Bull are going to win the Tour de France, it's Remco.
He's currently got 30 seconds on him. There's a TT that's coming. Team Red Bull is going to Remco. Hooroo.